Hey folks, what's up, iyatee? So I've got a mess here. Not really a mess, but I do have some stuff here. I got a selection of obsidian pieces that I picked up in a purchase that I did, and it's just miscellaneous pieces of obsidian like this. There is some really pretty stuff in here. There's some dacite, there's even some gold sheen, triple flow, banded, mahogany, silver sheen. That's probably a tri-flow. Well, it's a whole preform there. But anyways, I got this box of this, and we're getting ready for winter around here. That was ground into an almost extreme gold sheen. So that could be just chipped into something. But anyways, there's just a bunch of these pieces like this in here that, I mean, there's a lot of arrowheads in this bucket. Even these smaller pieces you can pressure flake into arrowheads, you know. But what I'm going to do is, that's a pretty piece. This one's got a couple pieces of ash in it, but that's still a pretty unique piece of obsidian. I'm not even sure that I've ever actually seen that variety. But I thought I'd take one of these and nap it. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a small flat rate box like this, and we're going to put layer bubble wrap in there, and then I'm going to lay some in there, and then I'm going to fold it over, lay some more in there. I'm not for sure how many is going to go in here, but it's going to be enough to make a bunch of points. And then I'm going to sell them as small flat rate boxes like this, and I'll stick this box inside of 2 padded flat rates, and that's how they'll ship. But I'm going to have a bunch of these available, so I thought I would, let's snap this. Thought I'd nap one of these anyways and show you guys what I have here. There's a couple videos I'm wanting to do. I'm wanting to nap a point out of the beginner boxes. And because with the beginner boxes, they come with 5 pounds of flint. And this would be like a typical piece of flint that's in there. But I'm going to take one of those beginner boxes, and I'm going to nap just take one and just use the stuff that's in it, and nap a point. And then I'm going to give that box away. I'll probably pick another piece of, just a similar piece of rock out of it, and nap it. And then when I give the box away, then I'll give away the point as well along with it that I made out of the box. But I just want to make a point using just what is in the comes in the box. I'm also going to send one of those boxes to a young man in Alaska who's, his mom tells me he's just been beating on whatever rock he can get. And I know where he's from, the same town I'm from. He's the son of one of my wife's childhood friends, and he's trying to do some flint napping, but he don't really have the tools, and he doesn't really have the rock either. So, and then like I mentioned in I think the last video, I'll be gone for 2 weeks in January. I'm going back home to Alaska to see family and stuff. So it's not my favorite time of year to go to Alaska, January, but it'll be okay. In fact, I need to let my brother know I'm going to be up there. Hopefully he's going to be in town. That is one exceptionally high grade piece of obsidian right there. I have no idea where it's from, or I wouldn't call it a mahogany. It's almost brown, but very interesting. I mean, I'm sure it is a mahogany of some sort or another, but I'll be out of the shop for a good part of tomorrow also. My wife's off and we gotta go get some shopping done and get some groceries. And my dad's going with us and we're gonna go buy and have some Texas Roadhouse. Okay, let's see here. I have to really keep telling myself to ease up and not get carried away when I'm knapping obsidian. I'm also going to knap a piece of Fort Payne out of the bucket there because I just listed some Fort Payne today. I don't have very much. I got very little of it. I do have a little bit. It's a mix of Fort Payne colors. It can be anywhere from a tan color like this all the way to just black, or there is some of the blueberry and mixed in there too. And you just receive a mix of whatever I've got. Another thing I was putting on the website today, because I just assumed it wasn't on there because it wasn't selling, was the Tyrone. So I got this Tyrone that this is it right here. But it's a type of Fort Payne also, but it's been called Tyrone. But I got some boxes of it and it's available. We've been just going through stuff, just trying to get things ready for winter. I don't want to do everything we did last year. Last year, I didn't know how it would work, but I took a whole bunch of rock, covered it up with tarps, and then I buried it in about 3 feet of hay. That's another one of them spam calls coming in. It's like number 50 today, all Oklahoma numbers. I feel like I've blocked so many Oklahoma numbers now that no one from Oklahoma can probably call me. I know I haven't blocked that many, but it feels like that many. Joker's thin, buddy. Crush that edge a little bit. I think I'll fix that with pressure. I watched a little stone hook nap, just a gorgeous piece of rainbow. Man, that thing was pretty. I'm gonna be napping with him here for too long, or at least supposed to be. And I've actually napped with him before. I've told you all that. I napped with him first time I met him down there at Nebulous Bluff. I didn't actually even know who he was. So I sat down there and napped next to him for the whole weekend and never even knew who he was. But I know who he is now, and I'm going to be paying attention. You're not watching Stone Hook, you should be. I've said this before, I think he's one of the best flint knapping instructors on YouTube. He's got a couple videos. What I should do is I should try to find those videos. I don't remember the name of them off the top of my head. It's been a while since I watched them. He's got a couple videos that I think they got some tidbits in there that are very useful, I guess. And it's one of the better videos for a beginner or intermediate person to watch, in my opinion, of every video that's out there. Not only that, you can tell by watching and listening to him that he's a good guy. I guess we're going to have to come up with a shape. It's already thin enough. So, where do we want our base and where do we want our front? I sit down here with no plan on what style point I was going to make, which was probably a mistake. Yeah, I'm excited about going and hanging out with my dad tomorrow. That is a pretty piece of obsidian. Let's scrunch and munch it. Just a pretty little blade is all it is. Just a pretty little blade. I may even leave it a blade, or I might notch it. I haven't decided yet. So on the listing, it's probably just going to say approximately this many lineal inches or something like that. Or I haven't tried to fill in these boxes up to see how much I can get in there, but they're perfect for this because they're a little thicker. They're really too thick to be cutting for preforms. So I'll tell you what, you could make a mess of obsidian pendants out of that too. Before this video is over, I want to show you guys the mess that Jaden's got to tackle tomorrow. What happens is around these shops is you get all this miscellaneous odds and ends, and they just add up, and man, do they add up. And they're just little pieces of slab that get you know, cut, and you cut it out, and you got some pieces in between that's big enough for points and stuff like that, you know. And anyways, they get thrown in totes, in these gray totes like all this stuff's in, and then they might sit there for forever. I've also got some thinner slabs that are like 1/4 inch. They're not the 5/16 or 3/8, and those are great when you cut little points for making pendants and hat pins and stuff like that, because you can just pressure flake that thing off and clean up your edge. They're fast to do that with, you know. I made a couple the other day like that. I found a couple unfinished points today. I found all kinds of stuff cleaning this place up. That's actually all I'm going to do to that. I am not going to notch it or anything else. I like it just that, a nice little blade like that. I like that quite a bit. I might pick at the edge a little bit more with my super duper titanium thingamajigger. That is the name of this super duper titanium thingamajigger. I am looking forward to this. Actually, all the nap-ins that I got coming up, which isn't a lot. They're all little private nap-ins, but I got this one next week. It's during the week, and then another one coming up, private nap-in, and that's where Stone Hook's supposed to be. And then I'm hoping Dennis Leach is going to come to that one also. There it is. There's our little blade. I like it. I like it a lot. Nice and straight, nice and thin. I could push a couple flakes off right there just to thin that tip out a little bit. I like that. If I fluted it, it'd be a little Clovis. I'm not going to though. I'm going to leave it a little blade just like that. I like it a lot. Super high glass, or high quality obsidian. But anyways, we got this whole set here of them, and I don't know how many boxes it's going to make. Probably not a bunch, but they're going to be pretty reasonable, and tons of points. If you just want to make points, it's going to be just a smoking way to get some material to make a bunch of easy points. I mean, that was so nice, I should keep it for myself. But I'm not going to. Alright, appreciate y'all watching. We'll catch you on the next one. Y'all keep napping. Okay, so I almost forgot to show you all this, but look at the pile of preforms Jaden has to cut. This is, there's 50-60 pounds better than that of rock in there, at least. There's hundreds of just miscellaneous preforms of all different shapes, sizes, different materials in here. Coral, Novaculite, Flint River, Cobden, Novaculite. There's some Tyrone, just all kinds of stuff. I mean, there's just a crazy amount of material here of every type I've ever sold. That's definitely a thicker job right there, but make a nice blade. That's some solidified ash, Alabama coastal, just all kinds of stuff. That's pigeon blood, little pendant points. A little piece of fiber optic glass had just been laying around here. That's a piece of alabate. I'm going to have to redo this one because that's a crack right there. That's a crack down here. So that one probably won't make the pile. But anyways, there's all kinds of stuff in here. Alabates. Lots of stuff. Anyways, I just wanted to show you this pile of work he has ahead of him. And we're just getting started. This is all slabs underneath here that are, well, this is just part of them actually. There's let's see, Novaculite, all kinds of different kinds of higher end obsidian in that one. And there's Polkadot Agate in here, which is going to be coming soon. Wild horse jasper, a bunch of more obsidian, Wyoming flint. There's I don't know what's underneath there. That's a bunch of I don't even know what. Anyways, there's some Carter Cave, Keokuk, and this stuff is great. This is that belt and chert. Pressure flakes like crazy. Makes really nice knife blades. I love that stuff. But anyways, just want to show you all this mess of work Jaden has. There's going to be lots of preforms coming to the website. This isn't even part of our regular lineup stuff. So anyways, there's going to be a whole bunch of miscellaneous this and that coming to the website, including all of these, which this is a really great deal. Lots of arrowheads in this. Lots of arrowheads. There's like another preform piece right there. Some gold sheen. I mean, look at the gold sheen in that. Beautiful stuff. Anyways, these are going to be available. I just checked. I can get about 36 inches in one of those flat rate boxes. Something like that. 30 to 36 inches. But those will be on the website. If not tomorrow, over the weekend, something like that. So appreciate y'all watching. We'll catch you on the next one. Y'all keep napping.